Good morning. Thanks for dropping into my hike. I'm Kevin, and today we are back here at Will Rogers State Park. And this, of course, is the home of Will Rogers, the great American humorist. And I'm telling you, how he got permission to build a home here in a state park is beyond me. I mean, he must have pulled some strings. In fact, when I think of Will Rogers, I think of string puller. That's right. And when I think of you guys, I think of a great hike today. It's gonna be a doozy. So slap on that sunblock, pull up those Spanx, and why don't we go take a hike? Joining me today, portside, is such a great friend to someone, I'm sure. And she's my friend. I'm sure she would love that because she has such a great sense of humor. She's the best laugh ever. Man, and she gets it. She gets me. She's in tons of films. She's performed on Broadway. She was one of the producers of one of my favorite all-time movies, My Big Fat Greek Wedding. And currently she's got a stellar career as a singer-songwriter. Her 4th album just dropped, Halfway to Home. Yep, and she's touring all over the country. Today we're hiking with the very kind, the very warm, the very understanding and nurturing Rita Wilson. I'm such a cinematographer, Rita.
But where's the lens?
Last words. Famous last words. Where's the lens? And again, here's the last picture we saw of them.
You see like the camera fall down.
So this is a trail you like to come on,
Yes,
right?
I do love this trail.
I've never come this way. I've always gone the other loop way.
Well, you know, sometimes you just have to switch it up.
You do.
You gotta do things that make you uncomfortable.
Is that going to be your quote, like someday?
Yeah, switch
Rita
it up.
Wilson. Sometimes you got to just switch it up.
You just
Rita
gotta,
Wilson,
exactly, that's it.
2019.
No, I do believe though that you have to keep things uncomfortable in a weird way. Like, here's the thing. I've talked about graduation. Here's my philosophy. Anything that's really good comes out of some form of being uncomfortable. You know, like even before you go on stage or before you perform or do a scene or whatever, if you're way too relaxed, what are you gonna get out of it? You have to be a little uncomfortable. Okay, look out, there's a huge road apple coming up here.
Road apple. You are a hiker. You got all the terms. I can't wait for more. Some more little expressions.
Well, hopefully we'll see some critters on the trip. Yes. Sometimes I've seen huge snakes laid out.
Yeah,
just
rattlesnakes.
Laid out rattlesnakes, and
Yep.
Now's a good time of day for the snakes because it's warm out.
You have a prolific career in a lot of different areas. I mean, producer, actress, singer-songwriter. Have you always been doing this singing, songwriting?
No, singing and songwriting started about 7 years. I had an album come out that was an album of cover songs.
Right.
And then I met a woman called Cara Diaguardi, an amazing songwriter and producer. And she said, well, what kind of things do you want to do? Oh, I said, I'd give anything to be able to write a song like you. And she said, well, why don't you? And I said, well, because I don't play guitar, I don't play piano.
I can't work my mouth.
I can't read music, exactly. And she said, yeah, but you have something you want to say. And when she said that, it sort of opened up this whole world of like, oh, wait, yes, the story is part of the song. And she wrote my first 2 songs with me and basically led me down the path of songwriting, and that led to the next 3 albums.
So you've been totally engulfed in that whole aspect of your career now. Are you like losing interest in acting?
No, I'm not losing interest in acting. In a way, it's reinvigorated it because now I feel like I only want to do things that are really interesting and engaging when it comes to acting. You know, like I have played a lot of warm, kind, nurturing, understanding mothers, sisters, best friends, wives.
That was the exact intro I gave for you on this.
Are you serious?
Yes.
And I kind of feel like I've closed that chapter. So now I'm looking for something much more challenging and much more unique, or something I haven't done before. But I think that's what actors are always doing. I'm keeping an eye out for snakes. The other day, I was coming home late at night, 2 coyotes in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And I stopped my car as I was trying to get my phone to take pictures of these coyotes. And the coyotes looked at me like, what are you doing here?
Can I use your phone?
And I looked at the coyotes like, no, what are you doing here? You're on the street. And they looked at me and we had a little stare down.
They do that.
Yeah, and then as I had my camera out, they were like, it's just a camera, and they took off.
You are from California,
Yes.
from Los Angeles. You grew up in the Valley, right? San
No, I
Fernando?
grew up in Hollywood, California. I was born and raised in Hollywood. I went to Hollywood High School.
You did?
Yes.
Who was somebody we might know that you went to high school with?
Do you remember Charlene Tilton
Yes.
from Dallas?
Yes.
She was there. Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett.
She went to Hollywood
Not
High.
in your class, though.
John Ritter.
John Ritter.
Went to Hollywood High.
They were alumni.
Donald O'Connor's daughter went to Hollywood High. Wow. Yes.
Ask me who went to my high school.
Who went to your high school?
Guy Maffey, Carl Stanger, Kathy Harris, Bill Brackett, Joe Chiriconi's daughter. Anything? Art Pisty. Any of those ring a bell? I didn't think so.
It's odd to think about this, but I grew up in Hollywood, and Hollywood was just my town, like anybody's town. The only thing that was unusual was Hollywood Boulevard with all the stars and, you know, the names embedded in them.
Right.
That was kind of cool. And the Grauman's Chinese, the theaters back then were spectacular.
Do you remember seeing any famous movie star getting his hand or her handprint in the front of the Grauman's Chinese Theater?
Yes.
Who?
Tom Hanks. But that was years later. But it was just our town. I went to Hollywood High. I was a cheerleader.
Were you a cheerleader?
Yes. Varsity cheerleader.
You were
Thank God
varsity?
for that, because that's how I got into the Brady Bunch, which got me my Screen Actors Guild card.
You were in the Brady Bunch.
Yes.
They're bringing back all these shows now that, I guess as long as the actors are still alive.
I mean, I think there's a great thirst for sort of nostalgic stuff or
Yeah.
vintage stuff or anything like that you want to call it.
Are you a vintage collector? Do you like vintage t-shirts?
I do.
Concerts or
I like music-based t-shirts, yes.
what's your favorite one? Do you have one?
I have, my favorite one is an old Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band t-shirt. And it's just cool. It has the whole band on the back. And it just, I like it because it fits really well.
Yeah, that's,
You know?
after all these years.
Yes.
Did you buy it as a vintage or did you
Bought it as vintage.
You bought it new, okay.
Yeah.
All of my clothes
I know.
are vintage, I bought new. You think everybody has to go to acting school to be a good actor? Or-
I think there are different levels. You can be incredibly gifted, and no matter what you do, if you find yourself in a movie or a play,
Yeah.
and you're really, really good, you can be guided by the people that are there who have done it before.
Right, just by watching and learning.
Right. Training gives you technique, and training gives you an experience to try things out in a safe environment and try crazy things.
Yeah.
And explore your range.
I can't
And-
imagine though some of these actors back in the 40s and 50s, aside from Marlon Brando, that went to acting school. Like,
No, but don't forget, they were contract players, so they were working constantly
Can you
with the
imagine?
best directors, so that was
Yeah.
like an acting school on its own, right?
I guess, yeah, on the job training, but I can't imagine Humphrey Bogart in a workshop, you know,
No.
picking his teeth with a toothpick in the back row.
I remember Mike Nichols told me he was at the opening night of,
Rita, you got to turn your phone
that's
off.
not my
You got
phone.
to turn your phone off.
Oh boy. Who is it? I want to know who it is.
It's my friend Bill Brackett from my old neighborhood.
From your high school?
Yeah, he went to my high school, as a matter of fact. Maybe I pocket dialed him.
That's really funny.
That's so crazy, isn't it?
Well, anyways, Mike Nichols was there at opening night of Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah.
And I asked him once, what was it like seeing Marlon Brando like in this performance? And he said the curtain went down at the intermission and no one could move from their seats
Really?
because they knew they were witnessing something that was extraordinary and brand new in a performance.
How do I know you're not
I
acting
don't
now?
know. I'm acting, darling.
Is this the real Rita?
Acting. Snake! No, it's
No,
a stick.
that's a rattlestick.
It's a rattlestick.
when you write music, do you sit down somewhere, or is it always like say you're walking now, you're thinking in your head, or is it a lot of different things?
I write on the treadmill.
You do?
No. No. I write with other writers. It's completely and utterly collaborative. And
do you have to put their names on the song as credit?
yes, we always do alphabetical because I think that's fair.
Well, you kind of like gypped yourself on that because
I'm W.
But your real name?
Margarita Ibrahimov.
Woo, that's a mouthful. Ibrahimov. Margarita Ibrahimov.
Margarita Ibrahimov.
Margarita Ibrahimov.
Margarita Ibrahimov.
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 Okay, I got it. I got it. Margarita Ibrahimov.
Margarita Ibrahimov.
I got it. Can you
No.
speak that name language, whatever that was?
No, I speak a little bit of Greek.
You do, because you're
Yes.
partially Greek.
Yes, half Greek, half Bulgarian.
Wow, you're a Gregarian.
Gregarian.
Do you like going? Have you been to Bulgaria?
Yes, it's gorgeous.
And Greece is gorgeous.
And Greece is gorgeous. And they border each other.
What's your favorite spot in Greece?
Anywhere.
The
Anywhere.
islands?
Greece is so gorgeous. It's spectacular.
It is.
I encourage anybody who's ever thinking about not knowing where to go and thinking about going to Greece to go there. It is just, you've got everything. History, gorgeous seas, delicious food.
Gyros.
Gyros. Gyros. Gyros. You know what
Gyros.
gyro means? It
Yeah.
means round.
Yeah,
So
gyro.
that's where the meat is coming
That's where
from,
it comes
spinning on, it's going gyro. Remember that commercial when we were kids, Spirograph?
Yes.
And at the end of the commercial, they'd show the Spirograph and then they would go, "Είναι πολύ ωραίο," which means it's very nice.
You kind of speak Greek, don't you?
I do. Μιλάω λίγο ελληνικά και καταλαβαίνω. Άμα θα είμαι στην Ελλάδα, μπορώ να μιλάω.
Ah, okay.
Εντάξει?
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay.
A little bit. How was that tour you went on?
So much fun. So much fun. I loved doing Stagecoach. Stagecoach, you know, is a big country music festival.
You do?
That was fantastic.
Man, that seems
And-
like such a crazy event. I mean, dusty and everything, is it?
It's very dusty. People wear bandanas and things like that. It was really great. Even though it was like 105 degrees, I was in a shaded tent. And I think the thing that was most fun was that technically you could say, you could argue that I opened for Lynyrd Skynyrd because they were the closing act that night. They were the last act.
Yeah, I
And I was like, yeah, I opened for Skynyrd.
Multiple choice. Which band did I not perform with? The Beach Boys, Chicago, or Sheryl Crow?
Are you talking about you?
Yeah.
You did not perform with Sheryl Crow.
Wrong. Chicago. What was the first concert you went to?
Led Zeppelin at the Forum. Yeah.
Not bad.
It was unbelievable. I even remember what I was wearing because my mom made it. It was a Hawaiian print, blue background, like a tiny royal blue with like turquoise blue waves on it.
Yeah.
And then people surfing on it and palm trees. And it was drawstring hip hugger pants and then a little tiny crop top that just knotted under your, breast line there. And I wore big, huge platform
Who'd you go with?
sandals. I went with my two girlfriends, Rose and Carol O'Connell, who were also cheerleaders. They were identical twins.
Did you guys get in a lot of trouble growing up?
Oh, I went to a wedding. This wasn't intentional though.
No, it
I
never
went to a
is.
wedding. I was maybe 15 or 16. And the wedding it was a Greek wedding, so it took forever. And they were passing out at the reception afterwards glasses of champagne. Well, they came up to me and offered me a glass of champagne. I was so thirsty because it was so hot. I drank 2 of them, boom, boom, really quickly. Got so drunk because I had an empty
And what'd you
stomach.
do?
I had to leave the wedding, go home.
And
My
that's the
poor
worst thing.
mom, my poor mom. I hated him.
Are you
embarrassing
leaving
her.
anything out of the story?
No, I promise you. Look at this cow.
I just feel inspired.
Great Spirit, help me to remember the peace that may be found in silence. Cherokee prayer. Pretty cool, right? All of the pieces of furniture here have some kind of quotes on them.
I thought you were going to say, all the pieces of furniture here came from our house.
Yes, exactly.
Our backyard.
Just, old stuff that we didn't want anymore.
You ever just get bored with food?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, me too.
What is with that?
Are you up for trying those Ethiopian restaurants on Fairfax? Did you ever try those?
I would do that. No, I would try it with you. We could go
time.
there and film one.
Yeah. Every
That'd
time
be
I
good.
drive by there, I think I should go and eat here sometime.
Absolutely. What?
Somewhere
I mean,
nice.
I have no point of reference for Ethiopian food.
Is there any food you wouldn't eat?
I don't like food where you eat with your hands. Not like hamburgers and stuff, but like you go to
You
a
do like
place
that. Yeah,
and
like
you like
Turkish
dig in.
food.
Yeah,
You
like
sit on the floor?
I'm not into that. I don't mind sitting on the floor. I just don't like everybody putting their hands in food. Listen, keep these fans away from me, all right? I really don't. They're gonna bother me. No, I can't. I can't give
No
any
autographs,
autographs
no
right now. No
autographs
autographs,
for Miss
please.
Wilson.
Stop it. Oh my God, I can't believe I made it out of there. Kids are, like constantly in motion. So if you just did everything that a kid did, imagine what great shape you'd be. Have you ever tried to do exactly what a baby does? Forget it. It's exhausting. You can't do
They
it.
did a study once where 3 professional football players followed, I think, like a 6-year-old or some 6-year-olds around all day, and they couldn't keep up with them.
Exactly.
They couldn't.
You cannot keep up with a 6-year-old. They're wild. Have you ever been to any kind of a healer, like a
Doctor. I went to a doctor.
doctor? No, kind of a spiritual
Oh,
thing.
spiritual healer?
Yeah, because it's California. Lots of people do that stuff
I
here.
know it. I'm not opposed to it. I've been to, I've been to acupuncturists and
Yes, I think acupuncture is fantastic.
yeah. How about you? Do you like
Well,
healers?
no, because listen, I'm Greek Orthodox, and Jesus is my homeboy kind of sort of
Yeah,
person.
of course.
And so I try to just kind of steer clear of that a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't have any problems with other people who
Right,
want to go do
right.
their own thing.
Do you like psychics?
Cool. No, I
You
don't
won't even
do
go for the entertainment?
I won't even read my astrological horoscope in the newspaper. I don't, because I feel like I don't want to be influenced by anything.
We're both Scorpio.
That's right.
That's why we get along.
That's right. How's your stinger these days?
Dull.
Dull. Mine's very dull.
Really, it may not
Feels
be there
sad.
anymore.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. It's been
No.
honed.
Are
It's
we talking
been
about-
overused.
Are we talking about the same thing when you say stinger? Mine's not overused. I told you she was a great laugher, because she gets it. That's why. Yeah, she knows how to switch it up a little bit. Thank you, Margarita Ibrahimov. How cool was it to have been on the Brady Bunch? Oh, man. And what about opening for Lynyrd Skynyrd, too? Jeez. Hey, check out her latest album that just dropped. It's called Halfway to Home, and you can check out her tour dates by going to her website, ritawilson.com. All right, man. Thanks for tagging along. Please subscribe. Hit that little bell, notifications, and I hope to see you on another hike soon. Avio.
Είναι πολύ ωραίο.